Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with Stella Parton. How are you today?
I'm good, Missy. I'm getting my hair ready
You know what?
for
I know
camera. Are we camera
we're
ready?
we're camera ready now. You should
Okay.
have seen me earlier, though. I was on camera and was not camera ready. It was quite interesting. But you have done so many amazing things in your career, and I just have to say, 36 studio albums.
Uh-huh.
That's where do you find time? I just
Well,
want to know. That's a lot.
Missy, I try to stay out of trouble, and the only way to do that is to stay busy.
There you go.
So I just make time. I think we always know how to make time for the things we really love to do, and I love being in the studio.
Right, right.
And of course, I love performing. And so, if you're going to perform, you need material so that your fans can find it.
Yeah, and you have an eclectic group of material too. I mean, you've done so much different stuff. And was it your last album that you did for in honor of your sister's songwriting?
That was next to the last album.
Next to the last album. Oh, okay. And then you've done some re-releasing, and you've done all kinds of great stuff.
Well, I because I'm an indie artist and have been most of my career, I've always felt that, and I produce most of my own stuff. I just do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not gearing it or catering it to a radio market or to a certain format. The people that buy my music want to hear what I'm doing,
Right.
and it doesn't matter what genre it is or what flavor it is, as long as I'm putting fresh stuff out there for them.
Absolutely. And that's what we talk about so often is, fans want music and they want more of it. And, it used to be where an album would come out and you'd wait so long before that next album to come out. And then you'd wait, and if you were a fan of a big band and they took a break and it was 4 years in between the next, we were going nuts, And so fans definitely want the music. They want new music a lot.
I think in country music especially, because you got to stay current with your fans, because country music fans they're more like friends and family. They're not like customers.
Right.
They're like friends and family. So they want to know what's going on in your head, and so the only way for them to know what's going on in your head is what kind of music you're doing. I just recently, Missy, did a cover album of songs by other people in Nashville, other women mostly. It's called Nashville Nights, and my only concept for this album was that it was songs that I'd always heard in the clubs here in Nashville.
Right.
And I thought anybody can sing these. Everybody that sings country music can get up and sing this with the band at the local bar. So I thought, I'm going to do that album.
Oh, good.
And then before that, I did my tribute album to my sister, which was most of her story songs that resonated with me the most. And I had wanted to do that and had been working on it for about 10 years. And so I finally got that finished, and the year before that I did a rockabilly album, which I'd always loved rockabilly music, but I had never really had an opportunity to do that kind of music. And I love a lot of the older rockabilly artists from the 50s, so I just did a lot of cover tunes of theirs, and it's called Last Train to Memphis, and I really had fun doing that.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And that sound from the 50s. I mean,
I
the
know.
music then, and it was amazing.
I agree. I agree.
And you can't really just do it. I mean, it's just that nobody's doing it. It's not ever going to be like it was in the 50s, right?
It's such fun music too. I really think we need a resurgence of rockabilly music in the U.S. because in Scandinavia it's very popular, and I've been over there several times in the last I think I've done 2 tours in the last 2 years over there, and one of those tours was the Rockabilly tour, and I just got hooked into it, and I thought, man, I want to do another one of these albums and do another Rockabilly tour, because I just think it might have been one of the things I should have done more of throughout the years.
Well, and that's great, and I love that you can find that and discover that, and then follow your heart, follow what you want to do. And when you're an indie artist, you have way more control.
Yeah. Well, nobody's controlling you.
Yeah.
Only your own creativity can control you if you're an independent artist. And I think the internet has leveled the playing field for indie artists like myself. I know it has me because I've been consistent of putting product in the marketplace so that the fans could find stuff, and I always try to make it available at the music festivals and so on and so forth. But right now, to get to present tense, I'm working on another album right now. I'm in the studio. It's going to be all new music, nothing that's been recycled or reissued or anything. And I'm calling this album Survivor, because there's a song that talks about that. But I'm back to the reissue thing. I'm very excited that my 3 Elektra albums have been reissued as digital music in February. I think it was. They released those on Amazon.com, so they can be found there. And you can go to my website, stellaparton.com, and it'll take you over to my store page where you can get all my other stuff.
That's so great, and I love that, and I love that you're just so genuine, and you're just so nice, and I'm sure your fans really appreciate that. And I know that you got to do some signings with them today. How'd that go?
Oh, it went great. I was there a lot longer than I expected to be, but it's always nice. I've been coming to this since 1976, I guess, and I just. You see people that you remember for all these years and decades, coming to the music festival. And a lot of us still call it fanfare because that's how it started out. And so I still slip up and call it fanfare, but I see a lot of people that I've known all these years. And those are the people that you create the music for. But it's because of the fans like that keep you motivated enough to keep working and to keep creating. Because they come, and there's like a couple of people today came to the booth and told me some things that made me know that I'm supposed to continue doing what I'm doing. So
that's so great. I was going to ask you, have you ever heard any story from a fan that has inspired you in some way to create music from that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, a lady today came into the booth, and I don't remember what town she's from. I know she's on my Facebook page, and she comes to my Funhouse Church page on Sunday. I do virtual church on Sunday on my Facebook page, and she drove from out of state somewhere, and she said that a lot of the positive things that I have done on my social media page has kept her alive. And if you can contribute something in a positive way, and I think that's one of the things that I find to be so troubling about social media, although we all use it and we all need it, especially artists like myself, to stay in the traffic, is that there's so much cruelty on the internet. And if I can hear something like that, then I know I'm on the right path with my social media accounts to know that I'm doing something on that order.
Absolutely, and you're spot on with that. We were talking about it earlier today with Mo Pitney, where there is so much negativity, and Casey Donahue, there's so much negativity in the world on social media. Why? Let's just post positive, send the positive stuff, do the positive things, So I think it's great that she reached out to you and told you that.
Yeah, it made me feel good because when I first I think I started my Facebook page about 10 years ago, and 9 or 10 years ago, and I was shocked by some of the things that people would say, and I prayed about it, and I thought, how am I going to make this be a tool for good? Because I've always tried to make my work a tool for good because it's with the public. My work is with the public, and so I think of it as a mission work, in that if somebody can come to your page for a little inspiration or listen to your music for a little inspiration, then you know that you're on the right track. And so that's what I just continue to do because it keeps me inspired to do.
Absolutely. Well, we're also very blessed that you are doing what you're doing. And,
thank you.
And for your fans out there, is there anything you want to say to them? Because I know they're all watching.
Well, I want to say thank you for always taking it serious, what we do, and for knowing that not only do we sacrifice to bring what we bring to you, I, for one, as an artist, realize that you sacrifice when you buy a piece of my material or buy a ticket. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, you guys stay tuned for more. Please follow her on social media. Check out her social media Facebook page. Send her some shout outs, positive messages. How has she inspired you in your life? Until next time, guys, stay tuned.
Bye.